Hi, this is Dan Moseson. I'm a graduate student career coach at the University of Utah Career and Professional Development Center in Salt Lake City. I work primarily with graduate students in the College of Humanities, College of Fine Arts, College of Architecture and Planning, and the College of Education. I graduated from Syracuse in spring of 2018 with a PhD from the Religion Department. My dissertation was on contemplative studies, which is kind of a close cousin of the mindfulness movement. It's focused on study and application of contemplative practices from a wide range of religious and other traditions. Um, and what are contemplative practices? What's religion? What's not? You'll have to read my dissertation. This is all I can say. So, how did I approach or think about the job search while in grad school? So, about 3 years before I finished, I realized that I was not going to be a professor. I could just see that it was not in the cards. So, um, what I did was I consistently practiced applications and interviewing, and big thanks to Dan Olsenbang for that. I also and this was half job search focused, and just half just what I wanted to do was I gained a range of other experiences in campus service, GSO, um, creating programs for graduate students, career focused, academically focused things, radio, which I've been involved in for a long time, and off campus advocacy work. I should have done more informational interviews, that's absolutely for sure. And that kind of leads me into how I got my current job. So I got fairly lucky. An internet application connected, even though I was a completely unknown quantity at the University of Utah. The best practice would definitely have included more networking in general, and maybe even an informational interview with somebody on staff here. Somebody we brought on about 6 months after I got here actually talked to someone here, I think before they even applied. Um, so I did have a lot of practice with resumes and cover letters just from applying for jobs for several years while I was still in school. It also helped a lot that I'd just come off a day-long interview at another institution, so my chops were really up when I interviewed here. Um, but the most important thing probably was everything I did besides school, and it came down to a choice for me eventually between, I'm going to do the things I need to do to gain experiences to access a wide range of career paths, and I'm going to just focus on research and teaching, so I would have a very slight chance of securing a desirable teaching position. Um, and I leaned toward having a wide range of things available to me, especially because I tried teaching, and I didn't want to spend the rest of my life doing it, and I'm glad I'm not. Uh, I also can't discount the fact that I had the kind of personality that the hiring committee thought would fit well with the team here. Um, and that's a factor in any job search. It's kind of a random wild card factor that you can't really reduce out, but it's not something to worry about either. Just be yourself. So how I use my humanistic training on the job. So a lot of resume writing, cover letter writing, interviewing is offering evidence for your ability to excel in a job. It's making concise, specific arguments as to why your accomplishments make you an exceptional candidate to meet the specific needs that the employer has filled out in the ad. So if you can read Deleuze and write about it, you can read a job ad and you can write a job application. It's not easy necessarily, but if you can do grad school, you can do this. Um, I would advise you to use the skill you have in bringing microscopic focus to the task of showing how your past accomplishments match what they're looking for. Um, Even using their language as much as you can, just to make it obvious, and also to get by the applicant tracking software, which is something you should talk about with your point person for career services. Being concise is trickier than being very specific. So edit aggressively and shave words out of your sentences where possible. Think of it like you're trying to get under the word limit for a fellowship application to go to a conference or something like that. That's a way to approach it. So, excuse me. So how is my work life rewarding? I love planning events for graduate students and seeing them engage and learn. We're talking about some virtual ones for the fall, and then hopefully in person can resume in the spring. We don't know yet. So when it goes well, I feel like I've just aced a guitar solo, or taken a great photo. I feel like I've done something cool creatively. I also love individual coaching with students, especially getting into the weeds on writing for resumes and cover letters. um, Finally, I have the best colleagues I could possibly hope for. I just love working with this group of people, and I never thought I would enjoy being part of the team for a big event like a career fair with a lot of undergraduates, but I do. And because of the people I work with, it's just it's fun to work with them because they're cool. Um, so I would be happy to talk with you about my job, other jobs in my field, which I guess broadly at this point would be student affairs. If many humanities graduate students are really interested in social justice and in putting theory into practice, and I was surprised to learn that many, many, many people in student affairs speak the same language, have a lot of the same way of understanding the world, and want to put it into practice as much as they can within the bounds of their institutions. So I'll be happy to talk to you about higher ed administration jobs and strategies for investigating and pursuing non-academic jobs as well. So I hope everybody's good in Syracuse, and glad to be of help. See you soon.